What is it like being a Jamaican doing business in China? Hi, I'm Xavier Murphy, founder of Jamaicans.com, and today I welcome Dr. Nicoleen Johnson, a Jamaican who lives in China and does business there. Hi, Nicoleen, how are you?
Hi, Xavier. I'm well. Thank you so much for having me on your program. It's a
So,
pleasure to be
so, folks, if you don't know, one of my first first interviews in the Jamaicans to the World series was Dr. Nicoleen Johnson. And you go back and go look at that video. She has not aged any. I am actually I'm actually thinking she has something there in China that is
here. It's
making
the
her age
pollution. It's the pollution.
something that's you're aging backwards in some way. I don't know how you do it, but wow, wow, wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your background and
Okay.
also, your entrepreneurial journey.
All right. My background. Starting, I grew up in a small community in Jamaica, Bethel Town, in the hills of Westmoreland. And my mom, a single mom, a dressmaker living in the community there. I grew up in the country, as we would call it. My dad was a police officer and originated in Yorton. He was born in Yorton. Family lived in Yorton, so I spent a lot of my summer vacations with my aunt Mima, my grandmother in Yorton. So that's my childhood. I went to Herbert Morrison Comprehensive High School at the time, changed to Technical High School, and my journey into entrepreneurship started when I came to China. So, a little bit of how I got to China.
Yes, tell us how you got to China.
Well, I studied at CAST, then turned to University of Technology in Jamaica, did marketing, did my first degree in marketing there. And I knew I wanted to go overseas to study, but I wasn't sure where. So I started applying to the UK, got through to a few universities in the UK, got a few scholarships as well. And then one day I heard someone at I was a Christian, went to Mona Baptist, heard one of the deacons, Deacon Samuel. He got up to share his testimony about his time living in China. And the minute he said the word China, just like a light bulb went off, like, wow, a Jamaican who lived in China. So I went to talk to him afterwards, and it planted a seed that this was something that I would love to do, visit China. But I forgot about it. It was just a one-off thing, I thought. And then exactly 2 weeks later, I almost 2 weeks later, I was working at UTech at the time as well. And I went to my office. I was working with Dr. Sangster in the marketing department. And I went to the office and there was a flyer on my desk from the Chinese embassy advertising scholarships to study in China. So in fact, I think China chose me because the minute I saw that, I knew this was Providence. This is something that I needed to do. So I applied for the scholarship, got into Fudan University, which from I did not know at the time was a very famous university in Shanghai, and I got into study international relations, international politics. So yeah, that's how I ended up in China.
Well,
And my
go ahead, go
sorry, go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
And so that's how I started this journey of being in China. So I came to do a master's degree, completed my degree. Well, what I did not know was that it was going to be taught in Chinese. So I came thinking, oh, I'll be studying 2 years, I'll be finished, and I'll be heading back to Jamaica. But in fact, my course was taught in Chinese, which meant that I had to learn the language, and the degree program took 4 years, which I did not know at the time. And so I ended up learning the language. And after 4 years, my professor, um, really wonderful Dr. Nee, introduced me, actually advised me to stay on for the PhD. And so I got accepted into the PhD program, ended up spending 7 years instead of 2 years. 7 years at Fudan University, ended up with 2 degrees. First Jamaican to graduate with 2 degrees from a Chinese university, I have to say, pioneer.
Awesome.
And thank you. And the rest is history. I decided to stay on.
So give us a little background about the your bit, what type of, your business and what you do.
So I graduated from the university. I thought I was going to work with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. That was not to be. It was when I graduated, the year I graduated was the first year that we actually had an embassy in Beijing. And that was 2005. And when the embassy opened, I thought I'd be working with them. That did not materialize. And I went for an interview with a friend of mine, friend of a friend actually, who was looking to employ someone. And it turned out that it was not the right job. But they asked me, what exactly would you like to do in China? I said, you know what? I'd like to do my own business. And that's how it started. Just that nugget of idea that, listen, I could do my own business. And this person helped me to set up, actually. And the first business I did was someone I met in an airport in Japan, believe it or not. I was going to Thailand on vacation. You know me, I'm a traveler. So I was going to Thailand on vacation, and it was the flight traveled via Tokyo. I got into the airport and I saw this black, there were the only two black people at the time. And he was walking by, he saw me, I saw him, that's, oh yeah, and it turned out that we were on the same flight. He was in first class, I was in economy. And he was just so fascinated that he saw another black person on the plane that he left first class, came, there was an empty seat beside me, and sat with me for the entire flight to Thailand. And we
Wow.
exchanged contact. Yeah, we exchanged contact details. And can I tell you, in 3 or 4 years later, I got an email out of the blue saying, Nicoleen, I'm not sure if you're still in China, but I'm interested in doing some business in China. Could you help me? And that's how my business
Wow.
started.
Where is he
So he
from?
was my first, St. Vincent
Okay.
and the Grenadines, and they were looking to import motorbikes. So they wanted some scooters because they wanted to rent them on the island. He was living in New York though. So he and his partner became my first clients, and I helped them. And it came so natural. I had no idea I could do this, but it came really natural to me. I went out, I met the supplier, took photos, sent it to them, and had their first container of shipment sent off. And I thought, oh, this could be a business. And so when the embassy opened, and I realized that okay, I won't be working with them. The first ambassador to China, Dr. Wayne McCook. When Wayne arrived, Wayne was like, Nicoleen, you're in Shanghai, we're in Beijing. If we need anything in Shanghai, you're our go-to person. So I ended up assisting them actually for quite a number of events and activities in Shanghai. So I became the honorary
That
honorary
contact,
ambassador.
that
I know,
diplomat,
right?
that honorary
Yes,
diplomat in Shanghai.
honorary diplomat in Shanghai. And my first big client was actually through the embassy. We
Okay.
had a Jamaican who wanted to set up, was the first Jamaican direct investment in Shanghai, and it was a Jamaica coffee shop. So they reached out to me saying, we have a place, we have a location, and we need someone to be on the ground to just supervise. So I did everything.
Wow.
Finding a contractor to fit out the place. I employed the staff, the whole shebang, and they brought in their Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee and had the first Jamaican coffee shop in
There are
Shanghai.
so many firsts we could talk about that you have done. I know I have pointed people who are looking to source items or looking for a
Yeah,
contact in China. I know I've pointed some people to you, and you have
thank
been,
you.
I know that you're always helpful, always being, just open book, helping people out. Um,
Yeah.
where how have you seen, because China has blossomed, bloomed, has grown. When I came to Shanghai, I was blown away when you took me around in Shanghai, and I'm like, this feels like I'm in Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
but how have you seen it grown through the years? And then what are some of the things that you believe, from a Jamaican Caribbean perspective, investors can look towards, if any, in China?
Well, another one of the firsts that I did was a Jamaican restaurant, Uncle Mike's. So in 2006, thereabout, we started. Someone reached out to me who was interested in opening the first Jamaican restaurant in Shanghai, and again, another one of the projects that I worked on, and that was a huge hit. Unfortunately, with the crash of the economy, we had to close it. But that, I believe, was one of the big regrets, because every day, almost every day, I get an email, I get a text message from someone saying, Nick, where can we get some Jamaican food? Where can we, people are always asking about where they can find some Jamaican cuisine here or Caribbean cuisine. And that's one of the things that's actually lacking, especially in Shanghai. I know
Okay.
there's one in Guangzhou, so when you go to Guangzhou, you can look out. There's a Jamaican
Oh, there
restaurant there.
is.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you'll see.
okay. I will
I'll
get
give you.
that
I'll send
detail
you the
from you.
details.
I will get that
Yes,
detail.
yeah,
but you're,
but
but you're lacking one in Shanghai.
we're lacking one. And as you said, Shanghai is a metropolitan city. It's very cosmopolitan city, very developed. You can find cuisines from all over the world. And one of the ways that I think the Chinese have changed or developed is their acceptance or their openness to try new things. So the China that I came to in 1997 when I first arrived, can you imagine?
I,
Almost
I,
29 years ago,
I,
28 years ago.
she arrived there at about 3 years old, folks. She was about three or
Yes,
four
I
when
was
she got there.
3. Yeah.
But you were
So
saying
nineteen.
it's a different China than when you arrived.
Absolutely. The people have just transformed, they have grown, they have um, developed in such a way that they're now open and willing to accept all these different cultures. Shanghai, for example, we had hundreds of nationalities in the city. So you get to meet people from all over the world, and their impact is now here, where you find restaurants, you find different businesses that are operated by people from different countries around the world. So the Chinese have been exposed to that, and they've been traveling a lot. You see, I don't know if you've watched the news, you see where the Chinese are, all over the world. The tourism has developed rapidly over the past few years. So they're traveling all over the world. They're exposed to new culture, to other cultures, and they are coming back to China and wanting to still experience it here.
Oh,
So lots of opportunities for businesses to come in and to bring their unique product into the country. They'll find people who are willing and interested in partaking.
so where
So
can people find you online, apart from them, people reaching out to me? Where can they find you online?
Instagram, Nicoleen Johnson,
Okay.
Facebook. My business is Global Connections Gateway Limited. So if you Google or type in my website, Global Connections Gateway Limited, you'll find me, my contact information, and yeah,
Okay.
reach out.
All
And
right.
if they're interested in doing any business in China, I'm here to assist. One of the things that I do is to assist companies who are looking to source products out of China. So I find a lot of my clients are seeking to they have a supplier, or they are interested in finding a supplier. I'll do the research for them, the due diligence, or they've already identified a supplier and they're not sure because of the whole business culture whether or not they want to use them, so they'd reach out to me to
They need
ask me
they
to do
need
some
eyes
research.
on. They want some eyes on the
Eyes
ground.
on the ground.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm here to do that on behalf of my clients,
Awesome.
as well as clients like I reached out to you earlier this year. We
Yes.
have Chinese who are looking for unique Jamaican products. So coffee is a big deal. It's a growing business here in China. In China, lots of Chinese are now drinking, consuming coffee. So from a tea culture to a coffee culture. And what we find now is that they're looking for unique coffees. So Blue Mountain is here, but we still have growth potential for growth. So suppliers are interested, and I have one right now hounding me to get suppliers of Blue Mountain coffee that they want to have an exclusive deal with to bring those into China. So
Awesome.
coffee or rum or spices. That's
Mhm.
going to take a little bit of marketing, but I'm sure if you have a budget for marketing, then you can actually sell your products in China and with the
Nice.
right partners as well.
So, is there an association like expats and folks that live there form to kind of um, you know talk about opportunities, talk about different things, and I know you are one of them organizer type people. So maybe involved in that. Is there anything like that?
Um, well, I started the Caribbean Association in China 2007. Wow, long time ago. And so we had a very active community of Caribbean nationals, and we would have events. We would host events for Caribbean nationals coming into the country, as well as educating the Chinese about the Caribbean. I was the founding president for that, and the founding president for the Jamaican Association, which started in 2019, and then COVID hit, and we're still trying to get back on track. But the Jamaican Association, I've started a group called Jamaicans Doing Business in China,
Okay.
and so we have a group of Jamaicans who are interested to learn more. Some of them who already started doing business in China. I know of people who are importing Jamaican products into China and selling them to Jamaicans or to the Caribbean nationals or foreigners who are keen on already know about Jamaican products and are interested in buying. We have people who are helping with sourcing products out of China. So we do have a small group of Jamaicans who are doing some sort of business or already in China. I hosted a number of events, for example, how to set up a company in China. So I've hosted a webinar on that. Yeah.
Okay. That,
Where I
that
invited
and that and that
com-
and that can is that back on a website that folks could see, or it was just a one-off webinar?
It was a one-off event that I hosted, but I could do more in the future. These are some things that we could do, how to conduct business in China. And I had an expert come in to talk about how to set up a company, what you need to be aware of when you're setting up a company, and the tax issues, all the different regulations involved in operating as a company in China. So these are just some of the different things. And about trade, your trademark, registering your trademark, especially for those that are looking to manufacture unique products in China, how to do your patents, how to do your trademark. We assisted them
Nice.
in that seminar. Yeah.
Nice. Is there any business customs that are unique, that you find unique? One that you know of that you tell people keep in mind. I know, like, I remember years ago when there's a company I worked with, and we had a Japanese office, and they're like, when you present your card, you're to present your card like so, in a specific way, right? Is there any customs like that you could think off the top of your head that we should keep, if somebody should keep in mind if they're coming to China to do business?
Coming to China to do business, the culture is so different. So you have to start off with just bear that in mind. Very different culture. Yes, we had, I have to say, the card, we have to accept the card with both hands. Now nobody gives cards out anymore in China because we're all on the phone. Just scan me. technology is advanced, so it's just scan me, WeChat. But one major thing to be aware of is what we call guanxi. Guanxi relationships. How the Chinese business operates is about establishing relationships with the person you're doing business with, which is one of the things I say to my clients. When you contact me about doing business, you give me some time to find the company and establish the guanxi, because that's important. We Guanxi is about establishing a relationship. So you meet the person, you don't talk about business from the onset. The first thing is going out to dinner, having that establishing that relationship, meeting the person, talking about things other than business, and establishing that good relationship. And then later, when you start to do business, you already have that foundation. It's very important to the Chinese, being able to say, I know you, I trust you, I can do business with you. And so, anyone coming to do business here, you need to understand about how the guanxi works. It's about giving, they'll be giving you gifts. If you're coming to meet suppliers, they probably give you a gift. You need to reciprocate, you need to give them a gift in return. It's all part of the culture. And they'll be saying, no, 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 you don't need to. But that's also part of the culture to say no. They need you to insist that yes, it's for you. And,
Nice.
so
Guan,
certain
so,
nuances.
so it's Guanxi.
Guanxi, yeah.
Guanxi.
Developing Guanxi, yeah.
All right. All right. That's a good one. No,
And,
no.
and another thing that they also need to bear in mind is about mianzi. Mianzi means face, losing face. When you're doing business with Chinese, I have some clients who they have found a supplier, they're working with them, and then things go awry. And the first thing that they would do would attack. Oh, you cheated me, and you cause a person to lose face, meaning that their reputation or their dignity, they lose their dignity. That's what we mean. So you are basically you need to show respect, you need to praise, you need to, even if you're in disagreement about something, you need to find a diplomatic way of saying it, and you don't cause a person to be embarrassed. And Jamaicans are very straightforward. We speak our mind, and so we attack, and we want, you've done me wrong, so I need to. No, in China it will not work. They will just shut down, and you will not get anything done. So I say, learn about giving face, means
Mm,
showing grace, right, when dealing with your Chinese counterpart. And that's also a very important part of doing business here.
great, great tips, especially as you said, from a culture where we are going to tell it like it is and tempted to. So folks, Nicoleen is a traveler, and I'm the nosy person, and so how many countries have you been to now? Because every time I reach out to you, sometimes you're in this country, you're here, or you there. How many countries have you been to?
I've hit 82 countries so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. So you must have some interesting stories. I want at least one interesting story about being Jamaican and on your
Mhm.
travel and something that happened. See if I know I'm putting you on the spot, and this
Yeah.
wasn't in the playbook in terms of
Mhm.
our discussion, but think of one that where being Jamaican and maybe something happened, maybe you had a discussion, you meet someone who's like, "Oh, you're Jamaican."
Well, on my recent trip to Europe, I did Central and Eastern Europe. And I remember arriving in Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia. And there, I went to the money changers. So I'm in the money changer. Of course, he's striking up a conversation, the gentleman at the tail end. Where are you from? I'm from Jamaica. And the guy just burst out laughing. Oh my gosh, Jamaica. I love Jamaica. Bob Marley, Usain Bolt. That's the first thing. I'm like, okay. And then he just started laughing and he said, "You're the second Jamaica that I've met." And then he just could not stop laughing. So I'm like, what was so funny about the first Jamaican that you met? And he said, "Oh, I was walking on the street one day and I met this guy and asked him where he was from. He's from Jamaica. And he was smoking one of those e-cigarettes. And the guy said he had marijuana. That's the first time he's ever seen marijuana in an e-cigarette. And he just thought it was so hilarious that, oh, this Jamaican just walking around, smoking his, and I don't know, I thought that was really fun. But for my entire trip, everywhere I went, and I said I was from Jamaica, I was just received with open arms, like, wow, everyone loved my country. Everyone knew about Bob Marley, everyone knew about Usain Bolt. And when I got to Slovenia, the first person I met when they asked me where I was from was like, "Did you know that Merlin Otti is a Slovenian?" And she ran for Slovenia. They were so excited. They wanted to tell me how happy they were that we had a Jamaican running for them. So um, it has always been everywhere I went. I have to say, as a Jamaican, every single country I've been into, I found people just loving our country, loving our culture, and of course, loving me because I'm from that culture and country. So I think, yeah, kudos to Jamaica. It's great to be from Jamaica.
I tell people all the
um,
time, it's a red carpet affair when you
yes.
mention that you're Jamaican.
Nice
I've
image.
gotten the treatment when I mention I'm Jamaican. I've been moved ahead in lines when I say I'm
Yes.
Jamaican. Okay. So we don't know what we have. We're treated like
Royalty. I remember getting to the border. I traveled from Kenya all the way down to Cape Town on a bus.
what?
On a bus, yes.
How many
I mean,
how many days
I
was
country
that?
hopped. I mean, you talk about weeks. It wasn't a straight ride. So I got
Wow.
to Kenya, I went to Mombasa, and then came down to Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, then spent a few days, took the bus to Malawi, spent a few days. But each time I got to the border, the minute they saw my passport, it was like a party. Jamaica, you're from Jamaica. Come and look at the Jamaican passport. Country after country after country. They would want to, they're showing my passport to their co-workers, like, oh, Jamaican coming through.
Oh,
So
oh, oh, I can definitely tell you, on the continent of Africa, when I show my Jamaican
yes,
passport, oh my, it is like, again, royalty treatment
royal, yeah,
when you show that
yeah,
Jamaican passport.
yeah.
Well, as I said, well traveled. I mean, all the best. I think there's what how many countries are in the world? Because if you have 82,
200 plus. I still have a lot to go. But my dream is just 100. My goal, I'm
okay,
measly 100. When I get to 100, then I'll be fine. But the 200 plus, I still have some ways to go.
how many countries in the continent of Africa have you been to?
Oh, wow. Quite a few. Ghana, Togo, Benin, Kenya, Tanzania, Malawi, Mozambique, Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, quite a few. Oh, Uganda, Ethiopia, and Rwanda. Yeah. But I still have a few more to go, and I have friends. One of the great things about living in China or in Shanghai is that you meet people from all over the world. So I have friends in Congo, in Cameroon, in my roommate in high school was from Equatorial Guinea. So I have friends from all over the world. So they're always inviting me, come and visit our country. So I will surely be back. And I still have quite a few more countries that I'd love to visit in Africa. But I've done 6 continents, so I'm very proud of that too. And Antarctica is there. It's on my bucket list. I will get there someday.
I haven't even come close to your half of where you've gone. So when I grow up,
You're getting there though. You're getting there.
slowly getting there.
Yes,
Well,
surely.
so Nicoleen, thank you for spending some time giving us some great advice and tips on doing business in China. What is next for you? What's the next big thing? If you can't, again, you may not be able to talk about it. You might be able to give us a sneak preview. Maybe, I don't know. But what's next?
Well, it's already happening. So after being in China 28 years, I actually came in September
Oh,
97. So starting
anniversary.
my 20th year. Thank you. Yes, anniversary month. I started lecturing at a university here in business and management. So giving back a little bit, sharing my business experience over the years, 20 plus years of doing business in China, sharing with my students. My students are Chinese studying at the university here, but they're doing a UK program. So they're studying business and management. I teach courses like responsible and ethical business practice, academic and professional development, contemporary issues. So I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it actually. I'm
Nice.
loving the classroom. I'm loving teaching. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. That's my big thing
I,
at the moment. Giving back in the classroom, teaching my students about this life of doing business and operating a business and how to be business minded.
Yeah, there's nothing
And
like it. Nothing like
there's nothing. Yes, yeah, very rewarding.
it.
So I'm really enjoying that.
Good. Well,
Uh,
listen, thank you again. I'm not going to keep your busy business lady. I know your phone is probably buzzing off before we jumped on a couple times. I know they were buzzing you here and buzzing you there. But any closing thoughts? Any big closing thoughts? Piece of advice for anyone that is you gave some big ones already, but anything
mhm.
to add?
Well, just that if you're Jamaican and you're here in China and you're looking to start doing your own business, I would say go for it. Don't wait. You can help other Jamaicans or friends. I have clients from all over the world at the moment, all word of mouth because somebody would tell someone else about my business. So from Europe to Africa to the Caribbean, I have clients from all over. If you're here and you're interested in doing business in China, start slowly. I started as an independent consultant, just one-on-one helping people. You're here, you're on the ground, you can be the eyes and ears for your clients back home. If you're in Jamaica and you're looking to do business in China, make sure you have someone on the ground to represent you, to help you, especially because traveling all the way here is expensive. It's 20 plus, nearly 30 hours of traveling sometimes. So it might not be feasible for you to be here. Make sure you have someone on the ground representing you, assisting you. And now we have Jamaicans all over the country, so you can find someone who's will be able to assist you. Be aware that China and Jamaica, different culture, different business ethics. So there's certain nuances that you need to be aware of. Make sure you have someone who's in the know to advise you and to assist you in doing your business here. And there are opportunities here for Jamaican products in China. And if you'd like to manufacture something or have something made, that's also possible. So, the sky's the limit when it comes to doing business in China, and they can make absolutely anything. You tell them what you want, you give them your specs, and they will make it for you. Just make sure you have your trademark registered, your patent registered, protect yourself. But yes, it's I am very, very happy that I took the bold step to come to China. I've not regretted it. I enjoy life in China. I go home every year. I'm still going home every year. I'm always Jamaican. And I still work very closely with the embassy. But you know, life in Shanghai in China is amazing, and I
Awesome,
love it.
awesome. How do you say goodbye? In not the informal. I think we may have done the informal in the first interview. How do you say it in the formal way? The business people say
Zai,
goodbye.
Zaijian,
Sai Jian,
Zaijian, Zaijian,
Sai Jian.
Zai, Zaijian,
All right. Nicoleen Sai Jian.
Zaijian.